Psalms 127 reminds us that children are a gift from the Lord. Let's talk about childcare. Oh, it's a big small group issue, something that almost every small group will have to wrestle with sooner or later. But here's the thing, small group meetings at Cornerstone, if they're meeting on Sunday mornings or Wednesday evenings, there are children's ministries happening simultaneously alongside small groups. But what happens when you have a group who, maybe a group member comes to you and you're meeting a different day of the week, and they come to you and say, what about my kids? Well, let me give you 5 realistic solutions that may work for your small group. First of all, you need to consider rotating 2 members out of your small group each week on a weekly basis who can provide childcare in another room of the house. So let me explain what I mean. I would always rotate 2 members out of the group who are of the same gender. Why is that? Well, what you're really after is each week you're building relationships among group members. If you rotate 2 members out of your small group, different ones each time that you meet, there's relationships happening between those who are in the main meeting and the 2 people who are hanging out with the kids. It's a great way to build relationships among group members to still do that, and that's just no cost of childcare for anyone in the group. Another variation of the solution might be having older kids watch the younger kids in a different room in the house. You could also use the homes of 2 different group members who live close to each other. That's another possible solution. Instead of using 2 different rooms in the house. Let's say, for example, if you have a lot of kids or it's a pretty small home. Number 2, trade childcare with another small group. So let's say, for example, that you have a group that meets on Tuesdays, while there's another group that meets on Thursdays. And the Thursday group decides to watch the kids for the Tuesdays group, and vice versa. This is another ideal solution for cutting the cost down on childcare. And of course, you want to make sure you rotate group members who are doing it each week. It's not the same people who do it every single week. Number 3, you can make your group a family group. Now, this works best in groups where there's a lot of young children involved. Well, maybe the young children are not catching everything that's being said in the group. The other thing you might consider is if you have elementary school aged children or older, maybe they participate in the discussion happening in the group. Just remember that if you choose to go with this solution, that you are going to be limited on some topics that you can share, especially adult-related topics when you have children in the room. That's pretty self-explanatory. Number 4, have group members make a list of people, those who need childcare, make a list of all the possible people that could possibly watch the kids. And then each week that person comes to your small group, have a different person or family watch the kids of that person. I would encourage you to rotate the volunteers. You don't want the same people watching your kids every single week. That way somebody doesn't feel burdened by you. And this is a good way to be able to share the burden among many people. Number 5, let's say you have a group and there's only 1 or 2 families impacted by childcare. You could simply let the families or let the parents just figure out what they're going to do with their kids. Let them pay to find their own babysitter. This works best in smaller groups, and especially the groups that don't have a lot of kids represented among group members. So remember, there is really no perfect solution for childcare. But pray and ask God how He would give you wisdom and clarity about how to wrestle with this important group issue. It's easy to become discouraged from leading a small group just because of how to minister to the kids. But if you're willing to take a step of faith, and if you're willing to let God provide solutions for you, I believe that God's going to bless and honor your step of faith.